China obviously has risen up. And I think a lot of people are really wanting to see manufacturing return and get strong. And Northeast Indiana has typically been one of the strongest areas in the country and subsequently the world in manufacturing. And Cirrus has worked a lot with manufacturers over the years, and we've developed some really interesting case studies and working with some very forward-thinking companies that you're going to hear from today, one of which is Waterfront International. Another is a smaller company, but a remanufacturer of transmissions here called Russmore, which you probably know because they do a lot of local service of transmission repair and things, but they also, what you might not know is they remanufacture transmissions and distribute them across the Midwest. So there's some really exciting things that are happening now, I think, with technology that can really help to grow product. And obviously, in order to get out there and market your products, you also have to have innovative new products that are developing all the time. And so we're excited to have Steve Franks speaking today as well, that is going to talk about how companies are really innovating and using their manufacturing capabilities to grow and develop new and innovative products that then they can take to market. And all those things obviously help us as a community grow our manufacturing base, create additional jobs, and make everyone's life better here. So thank you for coming. I want to welcome you, and I'm going to turn it over to Karl LaPann, who is the CEO and president of the Innovation Center here, and to kind of kick off the program and give a welcome message. So go ahead, Karl.
Thanks, Matt. I have two pieces of good information. One is I have no PowerPoint slides. And second, I will not be the speaker that stands in the way of your lunch. So I'm always appreciative when I get a time slot that does not interfere with the lunchtime activities. But I do want to echo Matt's comments and welcome everybody here to the Northeast Indiana Innovation Park. We're the 5th certified technology park in the state of Indiana. Our park is ISO 9001-2008 certified, which is very abnormal. I think we are the only business incubator in the country, if not in the world, that went through the ISO process as a way of just kind of validating our quality process and ensure that what we do, even though we don't manufacture a product, we do work with a lot of raw material and helping people become more entrepreneurial, helping them fulfill their dreams is essential to what we do. And I thought I'd just spend maybe just a couple of minutes and talk a little bit about the center and its progress, and then maybe just a few comments on manufacturing, and then let you get into the fun stuff with Steve and John Sampson and others who will be presenting. There are over 40 companies on the campus today, so if you think back prior to September 2005, the only industry on this 55-acre campus was model airplane flying. So today there's nearly 170 people that work on the campus representing 40 companies, creating $8.3 million in annual payroll. So as we think about that progress for this community in the center, you know, one of the things we know about knowledge-based companies is they like to be clustered with other knowledge-based companies. And I think that's one of the things that really is important for the center. Second is our average wage rates. One of the most important functions of a business incubator and park is to create higher quality, higher paying jobs. And when you look, our jobs are about 40% higher in annual wage rates than our county as a whole. So these are high quality, higher paying jobs. And one of the other things we know from a lot of econometric studies that have been done is for every job created in a technology park, there's 2.6 jobs created in the community. So it's a real important catalyst for economic development and for economic diversification. I think some of the things, you know, and I'm sure as you talk to the speakers today, innovation is paramount, especially in manufacturing and across most sectors. And there are over 99 patents that have been filed or granted to the companies that work here on the campus, and over 229 products launched. So our focus is helping to bring ideas to the marketplace, and that's especially important as we think about manufacturing. As I was preparing for today and looking at some of the stats, you know, over half of the patents issued are issued to U.S. inventors. And so as we think about some of our challenges globally and what's happened as China and Japan and others have built their manufacturing sectors, there's still an incredible amount of innovation. In fact, 45% of all the R&D spending in the industrial world world is spent by U.S. manufacturers. And so this industry is so important to the future, because as we think about it, it's still important to make things. You know, being a country of making things, or being a community of making things, is really essential. And you know, when we look at a lot of the different studies that have been done, even most Americans, in a recent study that Deloitte & Touche did, almost 3 out of 4 Americans said that manufacturing is key to our prosperity. So this is an important sector, but probably the most challenging is only 30% of parents will share with their kids that manufacturing is a work career that they should pursue. So one of the challenges making sure that our next generation of leaders and students coming out of school understand that manufacturing has great opportunities in terms of careers and exploration of advanced technology, but less than a third of all parents would tell their kids to go in manufacturing. And it's a real challenge, because as we see what's happened in manufacturing globally, we need to continue, in order to have those higher wage rates, continue to kind of be that country that manufactures things. So I think that's an important thing. As all the challenges, and certainly the regulatory burden to manufacturers, the tax burden, workforce, I think is probably going to be right there at the top of the list in terms of getting that next generation really excited. My hope is throughout the day that you'll have opportunities to see how technology can better catalyze activities in your organizations and support what you're doing, both from the business process side and some of the things that Steve's going to talk about in the business modeling, to things that are going to be discussed throughout the day in terms of how software platforms can enhance the interactivity with your customers, your suppliers, and others. So my hope is that you have a great day and enjoy the opportunity to really connect to some of the resources that can really focus on the growth opportunities for your industry, because we need a stronger manufacturing base. And continuing today, as you look at that, the U.S. is still, in terms of the manufacturing sector, is still larger than Germany and Japan combined. But many of the studies indicate that by 2013, China will overtake us in terms of the manufacturing sector output. So I think one of the challenges is to continue to focus on those value-added opportunities to really strengthen that sector and what it does for our community and for our country. And especially for Northeast Indiana, because when you look at our average wage rates, if you take out those high-quality paying manufacturing jobs, it becomes really challenging in terms of what that does to a community. So we're excited about the opportunities to share with you what we think can help power your businesses forward, and hope you have a great day here on the campus. If you do need anything, we have a great staff. You can talk to our concierge if you have any particular needs. But we're here to serve you and hopefully create a great learning dialogue and discussion throughout the day. I'd be happy to take any questions or anything of interest about the center, or anything you'd like to know about what we're trying to do on the campus, or anything else in general that you want to ask me before I turn it over to Steve.